Hello, everyone. So I've written and talked about scams before, but I think it's time to revisit because, well, I keep getting calls, and this time folks are actually falling for the scam twice. Yes, twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. It's sad. It's sad, but the point of this video is I'm trying to reach as many people as possible. My hope is that you will forward this newsletter video to someone you care about, somebody who may be a little more vulnerable to these types of scams than others. I think most of you watching probably know better. Microsoft's never going to call you, and you sure as hell know that nobody's calling you with a refund, but this refund scam, I've been watching videos on YouTube to try to figure out how the scam works because in any case, it's working well. But I had a neighbor here recently that he was scammed about a year ago. Microsoft said there was a problem with his computer. Microsoft, folks. Um, and he paid $300 for a service that didn't exist to a company that didn't exist. And of course, about 6, 9 months later, they called back and say, "Oh, we're going out of business, and we have a refund for you. This is the new scam." Well, what could be better than free money, right? So people do fall for it, and he fell for it. Even though I already told him, this company that called you in the first place was not legitimate. He somehow believed that they were going out of business and that they wanted to issue a refund. That's not how it works. We know that. Not everyone knows that. So that's what the point of this is. And here's how it works. They call you and say, okay, we're going to log into your computer remotely, and we're going to help you fill out the refund application, and we're going to issue this money as soon as possible. I'm going to get my banking manager. That's the term, my banking manager. We're going to get them on the line and make sure you get this money back, your $300 that you spent. I think you see where this is going. They want your bank account information, and this guy's wife even told me, she's like, I'm in the other room telling this guy, get off the phone, it's a scam. And he said, no, no, honey, I got it. It's just a refund. Another call the other day, same thing. She said, after, and keep in mind, this is one of the worst case scenarios I've ever seen. When she fell for the scam, probably a few months ago, and she didn't really fall for it. Her pitfall was that she let a total stranger log in remotely to her computer. And she said, oh, I just hung up on them. But now all my files are missing. So I had to go make a house call. And I went over to this woman's house, and I finally started to get more of the details of what happened. They wanted money to fix a problem that didn't exist. And once she smelled a rat, she hung up on them and thought problem solved. And I had to explain to her, I said, once you let them in, it's too little too late. They have control of your computer. So when she hung up, the guy called back and he said, ma'am, if you don't pay us this money, you are going to be very sorry. She hung up on him again. Probably took her dog on a walk or whatever. Meanwhile, this guy's got complete access to her computer. He deleted all of her files. He removed Microsoft Office. He deleted all of her emails, all of her contacts, and did it in such a way that there is no getting the files back. I'm not going to get into it, but you put your files in the recycle bin. Now imagine setting that recycle bin on fire. You're never getting those files back. She lost everything. Luckily, she had hard copies of some documents, but her emails were gone, contacts were gone. She was devastated, and I said, well, the guy was right. You obviously very sorry now, and unfortunately, I have to charge for my time. So, add insult to injury. Well, they called her back and said, ma'am, we have a refund for you. It's like, we're so sorry. We're gonna give you your $300 back. She never paid any money to begin with, so that should have been her first red flag. But she was older. She is older. Um, Same thing. Let them right into her computer, and when she figured out it was a scam, she hung up the phone. And I logged in immediately, got rid of their software so they couldn't get back into her computer. But the honest truth is, there's still not much on her computer because they deleted everything months ago. So this new scam is working, and it's working well. Everybody loves the prospect of free money, the idea of we've got a refund for you. Sure, take over my computer. One of the hardest parts about my job is having to explain to people they just got scammed, and you just gave the keys to your computer. They can come and go as they please, and yes, they will mess up your computer if you don't give them what they want, which in this case is your bank account information. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and if you have the interest and the time, it's brilliant. You can go on YouTube and watch scammers getting scammed. They're guys who are way, and girls who are way smarter than I am, have way more time than I have, and they're going in and letting these scammers log into their computer. But the great thing about the way that works is if the scammer is connected to your computer, you're also connected to their computer, which means you can get their IP address, which is their location. They're brilliant in the way they do it, but they do sometimes get into their computer, delete their files, and just mess with them. It's amazing. This one guy even went so far as to find out this guy's exact location in Mumbai, India, called the local authorities. Well, after further investigation, it's very easy to see that India is I don't know if you want to call it a developing country, but bribery is common. And these scammers make a lot of money, and they have the police in their pockets. The police are paid off, to look the other way. So even if you were to report and catch these guys, they're not going to jail anytime soon. Luckily, through joint task force with American governments and British governments, Australian governments, they do go in and they try to shut these guys down. But, it's like mud. You push down here, and they just pop up over here. So the main thing is education. I want you guys to keep your wits about you, and again, share this video with somebody. I may post some links down at the bottom of the newsletter so you can see how these scams work, and maybe some of those videos where the scammers get scammed. Those are the best. If nothing else, this one guy I've been watching just says, waste their time. Just mess with them. Don't let them into your computer, but at least mess with them. And I've done that before. It's a lot of fun. They use these remote tech support programs that I use, but for evil. I use mine for good. I help my customers. I log in. I fix their problems. On that note, by the way, if you haven't tried that before, if you ever do need help, no matter what state or country you're in, as long as you can connect to the internet, I can log in to your computer. We'll talk on the phone. We'll look at things together. It's like I'm sitting right there next to you. But these guys use it for evil. They use the same technology to gain access to your computer. And it really is like handing them the keys to the computer. They can come and go as they please once they get in the first time. So my hope, again, please share this video, forward it, click the forward button, think of somebody that might not know these kinds of things, and tell them, if you ever have any questions, you're not 100% sure, just hang up the phone, say please call me back, or hey, can I get your number? I'll call you back. Call somebody else, get a second opinion, call the local computer repair shop. Call your grandson if you think he knows computers a little bit better. I guarantee they're going to tell you, no, it's a scam. Do not call back. Do not let anybody take remote control of your computer. And I applaud my customers. If we've never met in person before, even if we have, they'll ask questions. Okay, do you have access to my computer all the time? And I have to explain to them, no. With the program that I use, it requires their permission, which involves a temporary password. It is disposable. After you restart the computer, I cannot get back in without your permission. With this remote tech support software, there are cases where I do have customers who are elderly, and even just trying to gain access to their computers can be difficult. Getting to the program, reading me the numbers over the phone. So with their permission, I can set it up so that if they do need my help, Mrs. Smith calls me and says, oh, Michael, I did it again. I can't get into my email, whatever it may be. Printer's not working. I say, okay, Mrs. Smith, just make sure the computer is on. And I log in remotely. We talk over the phone. We look at it. It really is like I'm sitting right there next to her or him, or, whoever it may be. And they just love it. Is it for everybody? No. A lot of people value their privacy, and I'm totally respectful of that. I've even said, look, if you don't trust me or you don't trust the software, you can remove it. I'll walk you through it over the phone. No issues there, and you're certainly not going to hurt my feelings. And again, I respect those few people who do ask those questions. Can you get into my computer anytime I want? The answer is no. So if you are interested in learning more about how these scams work, I mean, the videos themselves are very entertaining. I've been watching them for days, weeks now. Not consecutively, but just when I have some free time, I want to see how these scams work, how they're changing the scams. And the truth is, they're really good at what they do. That's why they stay in business. And the truth is, they just don't give a damn about you. And the thing they keep saying, whether they're British or Indian, Australian, you name a part of the planet, their opinion of the victims is that they're stupid. They say it again and again. Well, they're stupid. There could be investment scams, IRS scams, your grandson's in jail kind of scam. We've all heard of those. Even in handcuffs, they'll just say, these people deserve it. They're stupid. And I don't share that opinion. We all have our weaknesses. Your biggest strengths are always your biggest weakness, and your biggest strengths can be that we're trusting. We want to believe that the world is good. The truth is, there are a lot of people out there that are going to prey on that kind of mentality. So again, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So I hope this has been educational. If you ever need remote tech support, I've been doing this for 14 years, my whole life, but 14 years as a business. I have 5 stars on Google for a good reason. I do honest work at honest prices, and although I hope you never need my services, if you do, call me. Most of the time I can get in there really quick. I mean, half of my job is sitting on this couch or at a cafe, logging in remotely. I'm logged into Nebraska, Louisiana, Florida, Washington, even Germany. I'm very fortunate. I'm grateful for having stumbled into this career. And again, I hope you never need me, but if you do, I'm there for you. So don't hesitate to call. There's no such thing as a stupid question. And don't feel like you're bothering me. I hear that all the time. Oh, I didn't want to bother you. And I have to explain, this is my job. This is what I do for a living. So please bother me if that's how you feel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.